guys, got another video for you here, and for all those people who keep telling me to play the sample of the sound that I'm going to be making or the video that I'm doing, there you go, I remembered. I played it first before I spoke. I've been having lots of people ask me how I sequence my bass lines, and basically how, if I have any ideas, how people like Porter Robinson, who else have they said? A lot of people asked how the Darth and Vader guys, how they do their crazy choppy bass lines, Dirty Loud, all those guys. And I mean, obviously I don't quite know how they do it, but I'll show you sort of how I sequence and, you know, get them all in order. And to be honest, there is no secret. It is just a puzzle. You just got to fit them all together. A lot of people want to know if I am actually like following a key, you know, playing in a key when I'm making this. And I mean, yeah, I am really. In this example here I've just made, I mean, it's all in the key of, what's this one? C, D, E, E. And I just thought I'd give you a tip. You know, what I do is when I'm making these, you know, choppy, really, you know, hectic sort of electro riffs, I'm using a key. So say I'm using the key of E, okay. I'll always, you know, maybe start on the key of E on your first hit after the drop, or your first hit of your bass line. You start on the key on the note of E, and then throughout the whole, whatever, how 8-bar loop, 4-bar loop, 16-bar loop, whichever, how long I've made it, I'll always only maybe use 2 other notes in that scale of, you know, of the E. All right, I only use 3, maximum 4 different notes. Okay, but a real common trick is just to obviously use the E, and then you just play the E an octave above, and just keep chopping up and down an octave above. And what makes the riffs all sound so different is the fact that when you play the E note on a different synthesizer, it just gives it that new feel. So for example, here's this bass line, and that's another E. Okay, so you don't have to worry about getting all like super technical with playing an intricate melody with using all of, you know, your seven notes in that scale. Don't worry about that. Just choose 2 or 3 different notes that go with your key. So in this particular melody here, I'll just play it again. Okay, in that melody, I used the key of E. I used, what other note did I use? I used G. And G. Well, sorry, G flat. I think I just used those 3 notes. All I did was I just used those 3 notes, but I used them within 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I used them within 5 different synths, and it sounds like there's lots going on, okay, and it makes the whole melody. So, to those people who are asking, yes, you still do play in a key, and how do I sort of sequence the notes? Well, it's a puzzle. I always go with one main bass line that I always go back to throughout the loop, and that's this one here. Okay, and what I always do is, another tip is, I always cut. You can see how I've got all these, you know, MIDI blocks cut out. Okay, and that allows me to see where I've got gaps, because like I've said in all my other videos, it's kind of like you fill in the gaps with different sounds. So you can see how I would have made this. This is how I would have been with just the first main bass line. add another one in. And then, okay, so that's how I started off with the one bass line. I've cut them all up so you can see the gaps. Alright, and then I've just chucked in another couple of notes with another synth that I made, another patch that I made. Okay, and I bet you nearly all those notes there that were used to fill in the gaps here that you can see in this main bass line channel, I bet you I've used only the E note and the G note. Okay, I'll probably only use those two notes. And then I've gone in and I've added this one here, it was next. And another one added in. Blah blah blah, and at the end. And then again I added another one in here. This one has more crazy pitch shifting. And there's just this other one here. I even used this free tail noise maker synth. It's awesome. Again, I probably would have just played the key, the note of E, and I would have just maybe used up and down an octave. Okay, I hope that helps some of you guys out who have been requesting how I sequence the bass lines. I am hoping to make a video where I actually sort of make one from scratch, but that's going to be hard because you don't just make these melodies in 2 or 3 minutes, you know. It is like fitting a big puzzle together. So I hope that helped out, and if you've got any questions, fire away. Always happy to help. Yeah, hopefully that helps some people out. Cheers.